In this video, I'll provide you with some handy tips to make your editing life easier and more productive in DaVinci Resolve. First is paste attributes. I often use it to copy video, Fusion, and OpenFX effects from one clip to another. Here's a sequence of 4 clips. I've adjusted the zoom and position XY coordinates on the second clip, and I'd like to use the same settings on the 4th clip. Rather than doing it manually by entering values in the zoom and position coordinate fields, I can copy them over with just a few clicks. Right-click on the source clip and select Copy from the menu, or select the clip and press Command-C, Control-C in Windows. Now right-click on the destination clip and select Paste Attributes from the menu, or press Option-V, Alt-V in Windows. The zoom and position parameters that have been changed on the source clip are pre-selected. All I have to do is click Apply. If there are some parameter values you don't want to copy, simply uncheck them before clicking Apply. If any parameters of the source clip have been keyframed, then the keyframes and their associated values will be copied over as well. You can choose to keep the original timing or stretch to fit the keyframes if the clips aren't the same length. This works even if the destination clip is shorter than the source clip. And with just a few clicks, I've replicated the settings from the second clip. Fusion and OpenFX effects can also be copied using paste attributes. The first clip has both a CCTV and camera shake effect applied to it. The CCTV is a Fusion effect, and the camera shake is an OpenFX effect. The scanline angle parameter of the CCTV effect has been animated. To copy Fusion effects, place a check mark in Fusion effects. And to copy OpenFX effects, place a check mark in Plugins. When copying effects, keyframes will not be stretched to fit, even if the Stretch to Fit field is checked. Copying audio attributes is simple. To copy volume, place a check mark in Volume under all audio attributes. When working with stock footage, for example, resolutions may not match up. Here, the clip of the dancer has a different resolution from the rest of the clips, resulting in black bars at the top and bottom of the frame. It's easy to hide the black areas by adjusting the zoom level, but if you're going to be using multiple clips from that same footage, adjusting zoom each time can get pretty tiresome, even if using paste attributes. Instead, you can adjust the zoom level just once by adjusting it on the source clip in the media pool. Double-click the clip in the media pool to load it into the source viewer. In the inspector, adjust the zoom level. Now, every time you insert a portion of the clip into the timeline, the zoom level will be already set. Sometimes you need to change the length of a clip in the timeline without changing the length of adjacent clips. To do this, activate Trim Mode by clicking its icon in the timeline toolbar or press T on your keyboard. Position the mouse pointer beside the edit point. When the pointer is replaced by the ripple trim symbol, click-drag to shorten or lengthen the clip. Of course, there'll have to be some extra frames available to play with. If you're on the very last frame of the source clip, you won't be able to lengthen it. To return to selection mode, click its icon in the toolbar or press A on your keyboard. Many times when doing animation, like a zoom or pan or whatnot, you'll need to position the playhead on the first and last frames of a clip. First, the clip needs to be selected. To move to its first frame, press the semicolon key. To move to its last frame, press the apostrophe key. You've been working diligently. You've got most of the project done. Suddenly, you have an idea. It should be really great, if it works as expected, but you're not sure. The thought of making extensive changes now, at such a late stage, scares you. If it doesn't work out, you'll have to undo everything to get back to where you were. You may mess something up in the process, resulting in a nightmare. But you can have your cake and eat it too. Just duplicate the timeline. The duplicate will serve as the original, your backup, in case your new idea fails. And if it doesn't, you can delete the original or keep it so you have 2 versions. Let your client or whoever decide which version is best. In the media pool, right-click on the timeline and select Duplicate Timeline from the menu. If it's too difficult to find the timeline in the media pool, select Find Current Timeline in the media pool from the Timeline menu. You can rename the copy to anything you like or accept the default. Now go ahead and try out your new idea. If it doesn't work out, you can delete the timeline and revert to the duplicate to pick up where you left off. You've lost some time, but none of your work. Not quite have your cake and eat it too, but close. Use the drop-down at the top of the viewer to switch between the different timelines. Need to try out an idea? You don't have to do it in the main timeline. That might be too messy. Instead, create a new timeline just for testing stuff out. Right-click in the media pool and select Timelines, Create New Timeline. Give the timeline a meaningful name, set whatever other options you need, and click Create. Work on your idea. If it works out and you want to incorporate it into the main timeline, select all the clips by pressing Command-A, Control-A in Windows, or choose Select All from the Edit menu. Now press Command-C, Control-C in Windows, or select Copy from the Edit menu. Switch to the main timeline by selecting it from the drop-down at the top of the viewer. Position the playhead where you'd like to insert the footage. Right-click in an empty area of the timeline and select Paste Insert from the menu. Everything to the right of the playhead is moved over or rippled to make room. Creating a separate project just for testing stuff out is a pretty good idea too. The ability to change the color of a clip is a handy feature, making it easy to locate and identify certain types of clips on the timeline. You can assign a specific color to all clips on which you've done fusion work, for example, or all clips of a certain scene, location, or featuring a particular actor, etc. To change clip color, right-click on a clip in the timeline and select a color from the Clip Colors submenu. Sometimes you need to move to a distant location on the timeline. An easy way to do that is to take a detour onto the cut page. Its mini timeline displays all the clips on the timeline. It's fairly easy to pinpoint the location you need to go. Then head back to the Edit page to continue editing. In some situations, you may find that you need to switch back and forth between distant points on the timeline. Markers make this easy to do. Position the playhead, then press M on your keyboard to place a marker at the playhead position, or select Add Marker from the Mark menu. You can choose a color or select Current Selected to use the default color. Repeat for each point in the timeline you need to move between. Now, to move from point to point in the timeline, press Shift up arrow to move to the previous marker and Shift down arrow to move to the next marker. To delete a marker, select it and press Delete. Or select Delete All Markers from the Mark menu. You can delete all markers or only markers of a particular color. Have a fusion clip or color grade that's really slowing down playback? Here's 2 quick fixes. From the Playback menu, select Timeline Playback Resolution and set it to quarter or half. Or you can bypass Fusion and color grades entirely by toggling the Bypass Color Grades and Fusion Effects button in the top right of the viewer. Right-clicking on the button lets you fine-tune what to bypass. And those were some tips to make your editing life easier and more productive. Thank you for watching.